So, hi everyone, welcome to VMK. So, today we have Dao and Second. Hi guys.
Hi, how are
Hi, can you
you?
guys introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Second. I'm from Malaysia. So I've
Nice
been
to
in
meet you.
Australia for at least 7 years.
All right. And Dao?
Hi everyone, my name is Đào. I'm from Vietnam and I'm living here nearly 2.5 years.
All right, that's perfect. Just for one information, we are actually all international students here. And my first question is, I want to ask you guys, why did you guys choose Australia among these all countries? So maybe Dao, you can start with it.
Yeah, sure. One of most reason I came here because I have a kind of family relative in here. It's quite big family, so they can help me and support me to live in Australia.
That's perfect. Can you also tell us some benefits of living in Australia as a student?
Yeah, when you apply to study Australia and when you become the international student already, you can open or create your Smart Rider account. That means you can have a lot of benefits like the concession fee, right? You have the half price for traveling, and especially when you use the transport station, that's very save your money. And another thing, like when you want to go around the city, you just catch the cat bus
That's
and it's
right.
totally free. That's very good in Australia, and
That's
especially
right.
in Western Australia. Yeah.
Thank you so much, though. And second, if you also have any benefits that you find out, can you tell us?
As a student in Australia, you're allowed to work in for 20 hours a week, which is kind of nice, I guess. You can still study and manage your study and a bit of work and a bit of your own personal time as well. So which is kind of like a work-life balance sort of thing, which is I really like.
That's right. All right, let's go to the second question. As I know, second, you have been living in Australia 7 years and then you go back to your home country and you come back. Now, my question is, can you tell me what is the difference back then in 7 years ago and now?
Oh, when I first came to Australia, I came here before even I traveled to here. I was very excited, but as soon as I arrived in the airport, I was like, oh my God, what have I done to myself? Basically, it's very quiet, everywhere closed before 5 o'clock. And we don't even have Friday night, late night shopping either back then, I guess. And about Asian food, they do have a few Asian food and bubble tea shop, but compared to now, actually you can get a lots of Asian spice, Asian food compared back then 7 years ago, I guess. And yeah, so this is different.
That's right. That's my favorite part now. I'm so glad that I'm here now. All right. Now the second question for Dao. As I know, you have worked before, not now, but can you tell us about how is the working life here in Australia as a student?
Yes, as Second told you that every international student have 20 hours per week for working. So you can work part-time. In my experience, like I used to work with my auntie shop, kind of the cafe and lunch bar in Chandakot, yeah, Western Australia. So it's quite busy in the morning time, and all nothing I need to do by myself. The kind of multitask in there. Sometimes I'm doing with the physical job like kitchen hand, waitress. Sometimes I'm the kind of making the sandwich rolls, and sometimes I'm doing the paperwork from shop as well. So
Wow.
yeah, so everything you need to do by yourself in here. If
That's
bear with my reverse slide, I never, I didn't do the physical job in my city because I used to work at the secretary position nearly 5 years in my city. So I'm just always did the paperwork. No, none of the physical.
So it was your first time
Yeah.
doing these physical jobs.
First time when I arrived here.
Wow.
But, 2 weeks later, 2 weeks later, and then I work. Yeah, just 2 weeks for enjoying looking
Wow,
around.
that's a short time for to enjoy Australia. Actually, 2 weeks. You need at least a month or two, I guess.
That's
Yeah, I agree.
why all my
Yeah,
friends start so soon. But
that's right.
I want
All right.
to again.
Well, thank you so much, Tao. As we say, we all have different steps in studying. I think everybody does. Let me just start with mine. Mine is pretty simple. I come to Australia with working holiday visa, then I change it to student visa, and now it's my studying period. And that's it. Mine is very simple. Can I ask about your second?
Oh, my one is like first when I came here, of course, we have to study the English first before we study a mainstream course. So I did that, and then after that, 3 months later, I finished my English course, and then I go to a mainstream for study 2 years of beauty therapist. And after I studied my beauty therapist, I got a job, and I guess you're kind of like looking for a working visa after your study. I'm quite lucky back then. I got the opportunity. I would always advise people that, as everyone else, always put yourself out there and willing to help, or willing to even to do a volunteer job while you are studying. So it will help you a lot to get into the work film. And yeah, I'm quite lucky that I was in the working visa for at least 2 or 3 years. And then after that, I have to move back home for taking over the business, which is I did that. And I come back here again to study before, again, which is to finish my study, further study on my beauty course, I guess. And I just recently finished. And now I'm thinking of having my own business. And I'm doing a marketing course, which is, I think, for long run, it will help me for my career.
That's right. Perfect. Thank you so much, second. And now, can you tell us about you, Dao?
Yeah, for me, I'm doing the student visa only. So the first time I came here, I began to study English. And when after 3 months later, I finished that course and then I applied to university. And I'm doing the kind of master degree in business administration. With currently I'm doing the social media marketing as well, because I want to have gain more experience in the marketing field. And I think that the social media is now very popular for everyone, and that's good for set up a new business if I can open in the future.
That's right. See, if you can see, like, even though it's just three of us, we all have all different study steps in Australia. This is how the international student's life is. It's really diverse. So let me just go through like a personal question, if I can say. We will go to your new hobby that you find out in Australia. Like back home, you didn't do this, but now in Australia, this is my new hobby. Can you tell us about that now, maybe?
Yeah, I think I love the beach in here. Yeah, quite peaceful and very nice view.
That's
So
right.
normally every not twice time a week. Oh no, twice. I mean that twice. Yeah, and then I went to Fremantle Beach.
Mm.
Enjoy with my family and my friends in there. Walk around and enjoy the coffee or restaurant in there. That's quite nice.
Lovely. Thank you. And now, second is your turn.
Oh, okay. I mean, for hobby wise, I find here they do have a lot of festivals on. Like we just finished the French Film Festival, Fringe Festival, which is quite nice. There's lots of gig and play you can do, and now they are on a Perth festival, I guess. So if you are the kind of into that kind of thing, there's always out there. There's a lot of things to do in Australia, and this is what I find is good. And even though with film wise as well, they do have French Film Festival on now at the moment as well. So I do go to I did went all to all these kind of event, which is I enjoy a lot, and which is something that I would never do in my country.
That's lovely. Well, I have to join you next time for the events, though. I never been there once. We're going all together.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, so to talk about myself, my new hobby is like almost similar to Dao. I really love beaches here, and this is my weekend like a timetable. So every weekend I go to Scarborough Beach, which is my favorite beach. I go there just for a short walk, and that's my like new hobby that I made in Australia. So, and I think we went through all of the questions. And second, can you please conclude that for us?
Yeah, I mean, I will definitely advise people to come to study in Australia, at least to get an experience in life, to live away from your country, and you can get more life experience with different culture, and maybe perhaps you could study something that might be useful for you in the long run, even a short course or 3 months, just to get an experience out of it. And the other thing I would always recommend is advice is for the student health cover. Actually, when a student health cover, you can always get the money back when you went for a GP. I didn't know that before, but recently I just find out actually, yeah, you can get back money to even just go to a GP, and it's really useful for me as well. So that's definitely my advice, to have a health cover, and having in mind that anything happens, even you went for a GP, they always cover for you.
That's right. Thank you so much, second. And thank you so much, Tao, as well for today. Thank you for our audience as well. And see you next time. We will come back with PMK. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.